am I? Well, I'm the owner of a plantation here in southern Georgia. Living on a plantation is burdensome. I have to maintain a position in hierarchical society, follow my ideals of honor. Same goes for anyone else too, unless we're looking to do it. And act as an overseer of paternal guidance to my inferiors, my slave hands. I'll feed them, clothe them, give them a place to stay, but I expect hard work in return. Sure, I promise gifts in return for hard work, like a small plot of garden. But if the work is inadequate or obedience is absent, then administering of a whipping is in order. I can't lose time or slaves, both a profit. I've only ever been attached to a couple of my slaves. Even then I had to mark them off in Natchez, Mississippi. Pay off some heavy debts.
I feel like the biggest slave of them all to this plantation. Day and night I keep and look after the slaves in and around the big house, as it's called. I deal with the chore of the food, clothing, health and welfare of my husband and offspring, and that of the slave. When I'm not weighed down with domestic duties, I'm constantly quelling my husband's anger and cruelty. It is expected of myself to be chaste, and my impatient husband just can't satisfy himself. Although I deny it, I'm sure there's only one person responsible for all the mulatto children I see running around. Needless to say, I'm busy.
My master seems to want us all healthy, but we all toil and become ill. We've got a limited diet, and recently my lips have become cracked, and others, because of their diet deficiencies, would be a sight with sore eyes. It doesn't help. We all cooped up in a small cabin with little nothing to a dirt floor. And the mosquitoes get in through the cracks and be tormenting us, even given some yellow fever, along with other threats of diseases like malaria or cholera. The women don't have it any easier. Potential candidates for sexual abuse and unwanted marriages just to keep the workforce existent and more numerous. Marriages that are mutual are almost always broken up, and the separation of loved ones is a constant fear among us. Throughout the day, slave drivers have omnipotent rule over us. We are powerless and sometimes have to endure watching each other get beat. We heard rumors of other plantations where muzzling, burning, castration, and dog maulings occur. Our Massa established a church, but the teaching is always the same. Be loyal to Massa and don't lie or steal. But we have our escape from the daily life at night.
Here behind the slave quarters, in this hush arbor, we are away from white interference. Here in the invisible church, long into the night, we sing, dance, shout, and pray, our songs of toil, burdens, work, and homelessness. But also express joy, triumph, and deliverance in our word. By deliverance, I mean freedom in heaven and the north. To the promised land I'm bound to go. In the night the freedom of spirit was evident.
To the promised land I'm bound to